Hey people, what's going on? It is April 21st, Friday. It is the year anniversary of Prince's death. I have the radio on to NPR, National Public Radio. And all they ever talk about, you know what I want to say. The world is mad. The world is crazy. They don't ever talk about anything worth anything. It's always about fear and terror and money. Never anything about the benefit of mankind. Okay, so I just want to share some thoughts on the anniversary of Prince's death. You know, it's still a little unreal that the man is gone already. Not surprised to see what's going on with his legacy already. The squabbling about the spoils and everything. Most of my Prince vinyl is in the closet because I'm out of room. But I've got Prince and I've seen him live and I love the man. I wanted to make a comment about this. It hit the news yesterday about some producer who had worked with him was going to put out an EP tomorrow called Deliverance. And a stop was put on it. And the foundation saying that part of their concern is that, you know, people putting out Prince material willy-nilly could be damaging to Prince's long run, his legacy. Well, I have to tell you that I've actually heard this release, Deliverance, and I have to agree with the estate with the thousands of hours of music that Prince has recorded that is not available. What this guy was about to put out is really pretty garbagey. I mean, the track Deliverance, the title track is decent, but the other stuff on it is throwaway. And one, I can see why Prince would never release it, but I can also see why he recorded it, probably in fun, in jest. He was like that. He was so prolific that he would just record. I'm eating cornflakes. I'll make a song about it. Oh, I drove my yellow car. I'll drive about that. I'll write about that. So I've heard the EP, and frankly, when you're interested in music like I am, it's not hard to. Well, it can be, but if you want to find out about something, you can find out. And I wanted to hear the Deliverance. I heard it. I heard the whole thing. And it's a money grab, in my opinion. It's not high quality Prince material. I'm certain, because as an artist myself with my backlog, I know that he's got quality material that would make some amazing albums. This Deliverance EP is not it. And it's a money grab. So I just really think it sucks that when everything is about the money grab. That's the other thing I want to say. And about the topsy-turvy end of the Western civilization talk that I talk, which is all true. I mean, the end of Western civilization may go on for another 100 years, but we're definitely in some dank times. And with the kind of president that we have, you know, and everything is so just blatantly inhumane, unhealthy, out of balance, materialistic, selfish, hateful, racist. I just have to bring those things up on a day like today. You know, a year that Prince is gone, Bowie's gone, we lost Alan Holdsworth a week ago. Masters of beauty, masters of art and music leaving us, and we're left with these monstrous, selfish, troll motherfuckers just destroying everything for their own personal gain. I just got to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? I got to talk about it. People ask me or say, recommend. Well, here's a couple things, you know. I do appreciate the input, the feedback, and I do this because I'm trying to interface with the world. the the amount of messaging besides just comments I'm getting is just, it's insane, and I'm just not going to respond because people are, this has been happening all along, but it's increasing, you know. It seems like when I say something it just gets worse, but I'm telling you on public record that a lot of people almost daily, complete strangers, are contacting me through Messenger and messages here, not just comments, but going on effusively about how they relate to what I'm saying, and they feel like they could really, you know, get to know me. And I appreciate that, but I don't have the time, nor do I want to respond to everyone. People want to have conversations. Some people want counseling. And you know, I know it's maybe a little unfair to say here because I'm only in one city, but if I run into you in person, we'll talk. But here online, if I were to respond to everyone, I'd be writing all day. I would be, you know. And I feel the connection. I feel it. I appreciate it, and I want to respond to it in this way. Okay. And that's why I say there's still a lot of people. I used to be one of these kind of people who was looking for a guru, who was looking for someone to straighten them out, looking for a teacher. And what I've learned and continue to learn from that aspect of me is that the lesson that needs to be learned can be learned in many forms, and the lesson is the important thing, not the teacher. However, we have a large aspect of humanity that needs to grab onto someone or something to hold on to. You are the answer, you know, you are my guiding light. And I get that from people, you know. And my message is, no, I ain't the one. No, if I have something that resonates with you, that means that you have it. So see what you can do about developing it within yourself. Yeah, I'm not into no cult, you know, following, you know. Those kind of people are the kind of people who have done a lot of damage because they take on followers, but they ultimately hurt everyone by making themselves the focal point, when in fact the best thing that a good leader can do is to give the power back to the people, to give them something to unlock their own potential. That's where I'm at. One more thing here. If I can find it quickly, I will talk. Yes, I can. Okay. Here we go. Yeah. People recommend music to me all the time. The great majority of the recommendations I already know about, and many of them I already own. Recently somebody was saying to me, listen to Symphony X and hear the Alan Holdsworth influence. Yeah, I'm familiar with Symphony X, but I don't have any of their records because I can't stand their vocals. Someone else recommended several bands. I know them all. I don't mean to be a know-it-all, but I am proud of the fact that I am such a music nerd that I do actually have a pretty comprehensive overview of music since it started being recorded. I do. I get turned on to stuff all the time. Yesterday, one of the young volunteers at the radio station turned me on to a metal band. I haven't listened to them yet, but something like Woods Bus, something like that. I hadn't heard of it yet. But most of the recommendations people come here with are people that, oh, sure, I know about that. Someone was saying to me, well, what about Mark Mothersbaugh of Devo? Well, I love Devo. Saw him on my birthday in 1978, I believe. July 7, 1978. Would have been cool if it had been 7/7/77, but it was 7/7/78. Amazing show. Amazing show. Just a second. Jeff, I'm in the middle of making a video. I'll call you right back.
No problem.
All right.
Bye.
However, if you know about Devo, then you know that Mark Mothersbaugh is not the mastermind behind Devo and wasn't from the beginning. This Jerry Casal. Now I love the whole band, but I was into Devo, and so I've researched them. And Jerry Casal is the guy. Look him up on YouTube and find some of his interviews. Very intelligent, socially conscious man. He was present at Kent State, the Kent State shootings. Look that up if you're too young to know about that. He is the guy. Well, the whole band, they were all quite a band. And I collected them for a long time, and then I sold most of them. But I had some pretty cool bootlegs. I had their first 45s. I still have one. Shout. So I'm just showing that, generally speaking, when it comes to modern music, I don't know everything, but I am pretty familiar with hardcore Devo. Yeah, got him. Yeah, I dig Devo. I don't play them much these days, but are they important? Absolutely, I respect them. My David Sylvian is right over here. I got a bunch. I'm not going to grab it right now. Someone mentioned Mastodon. Of course, I love Mastodon. My friends from Atlanta went to high school with those guys. A lot of connections, actually. And I love that, too, being connected to a lot of these artists in a lot of ways. I'm going to just wrap up real quick by saying, can I be honest and say that, like anybody else, I don't want to do the Patreon thing, but as much as I just want to just do this, I do need I need to keep things rolling, and so I got to let you know about the stuff that I have for sale that helps me pay my bills and keep the roof over my head. These are for sale, okay? Besides Murphy and that, I have another CD. Dereck 2 is still out. Plus, I have the vinyl. I still have, and let me just get this in there. I've been meaning to just say this real quick one more time. I haven't in a while. I haven't shown Flyover in a while, and maybe some of you folks haven't seen it. Most of you that watch me probably have. But I put out this album called Flyover in 2014. It was based on the music I did for a movie called Flyover Country. And really proud of this. 180 gram purple splatter vinyl. I made 500 copies, but I'm down now to have less than 30 copies left. But this is still available. It's still for sale. Mighty good. Happy to get a endorsement from a musician I really respect. A recent one, Richard Barbieri of Porcupine Tree. He's been listening to this in his car. Okay, folks, so yeah, keep the love flowing. Just keep the love flowing and be a better person than the president. And I'll just delete any comments, ignorant comments where somebody comes over and says, "Go USA, go Trump." That's just stupid. Trump is a selfish man. He's not does not qualify. We're living in hell on earth with that person, with such people in office every day. More horrid things. And I'm not blaming it all on Trump. He's just a perfect example, being, the figurehead president of the country. Speaks really poorly for all of us. Be a better person than that if you can. I'm trying.